F1. F1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Verizon SC2 Open. This is a live LAN event going on in Southern California, and there are a bunch of players involved. More specifically, there are these two players who are facing each other in the winner's bracket finals. It's going to be a best of 5 in between, spawning in at the bottom left position. We'll call it the 7 o'clock position. 7:30 position. We have the red Protoss player EGAxslav. He's currently down 0-1 to his opponent in the top right. The green Zerg player EGIdrA. And EGIdrA, you clever man. So, wow. This is a best of 5. EGIdrA up 1-0. Let's go ahead and talk about the first game. These players just love getting the games done right after another, so we don't really have time to really analyze afterwards. But EGIdrA, I think he's found a new build. I honestly think he's found a new build. Like, the only games I've casted from EGIdrA have involved these Hydralisk 2-base Nidus pushes. But what he did in that last game was really interesting. First, he put a Nidus in his opponent's natural third. This was on Tal'Darim Altar. And then he brought Hydralisk out and Zerglings, and then targeted down the Cybernetics core of his opponent in the wall. I mean, there was nothing Axeltoss could really do. He didn't have any units out. He had some Zealots out, but what are they going to do against Hydralisk? So he took out the Cybernetics core, and then went back and did a Nidus. I'm like, what? Why is EGIdrA leaving? He had another Nidus going up at the exact same time in the main of Axeltoss. Axeltoss was preoccupied, so did not see it going down, so that finished. And EGIdrA popped out of there and just did so much damage to Axeltoss he could not recover, so he eventually GG'd. And now here we are, EGIdrA with a 1-0 lead in this best of 5. Pylon going down from Axeltoss. Is that enough to block it? Yeah, it is. I'm like, is that a little too close to the middle line? Nope, that will be enough to block the hatchery for now. Axeltoss not even going to mess around with that. Wants to throw EGIdrA off. EGIdRA's a very good player. 2 drones being pulled from EGIdrA, and he's going to attack this pylon with 3. Actually, it's going to be canceled. And, doesn't quite have 300 minerals left, and Axeltoss going to rebuild that pylon. EGIdrA is be a little bit upset. Going to be targeting down that pylon, targeting down the probe with the other drone. Definitely wants an early hatchery to go down. But EGIdrA getting on the queen. Spawning pool is done. Mining one gas, using one drone to mine gas for now. Oh, probe coming back, continuing to try to delay this hatchery from EGIdrA. A lot of micro going on here. APM, it's up there. But anyway, EGIdrA coming down with 4 lings, which should be enough to expel this probe away, and they will be. So the hatchery goes down from EGIdrA, and he's completely stopped mining gas. So definitely wants to focus on that drone count on those queens. As for right now, back in Axelav's base, putting down a pylon, a forge, and a gateway, also a cannon. And this is an interesting wall off. There's like 2 spaces here. We'll have to see what he plans to do. Oh, I guess one Cybernetics core will fit right here and completely wall it off. We'll see. But Axeltoss trying to evacuate with this probe, trying to get away, but the sling will not let him go. Axeltoss going to be returning to EGIdRA's natural expansion, of course, trying to get some scouting information done, making sure that EGIdRA didn't cancel that hatchery or anything. Going to return into the main and see the gas status. See if there's guys mining gas. See if there's a second gas. But actually, the probe does get killed, so won't find anything out besides the hatchery still in the way. But keep in mind, EGIdRA could potentially still cancel. I don't think he'll do that, unless he was really crafty. But gateway about to finish for Axeltoss. Should put down a Cybernetics core right here. And I think there might be a little bit of a gap for a Zealot. Nope, no gap here. That's completely walled in, I think. But anyway, I wonder what we're going to see from EGIdRA this game. Oh, putting down a really fast third hatchery. Pretty cool play. Pretty cool play, EGIdRA. Macro heavy player, he'd probably call himself. Speaking of macro, 27 probes to the 22 harvesters of EGIdRA as of right now. That, of course, can change very fast when you're playing a Zerg player. Of course, with all that larva, they can make as many drones at a time as they basically want. Of course, limited to the amount of larva they actually have. 2 lings in the front of Axelav's natural expansion, just scouting out, checking to see what's up. Wants to see the status of each of those buildings, and probably wants to know whether or not he moves out. Overload here also checking on the gases of EGAxslav. If he takes 2 gases really fast, that means he's going to tech up really fast. That's what the Zerg player is looking for. It's pretty obvious, but a lot of people may not know that. Stargate going down for EGAxslav. Really cool play. At the same time, a Zealot coming forward from Axeltoss, trying to get rid of those Zerglings. Going to take the watchtower and approach the other watchtower as well. Nope. Just going to make a beeline to the other watchtower. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Overlord coming forward from EGIdrA to the main base of Axeltoss. No Knight is here, though. He has 3 bases. Putting down a macro hatch as well. Transferring drones over to that third. And Stargate is now complete. Will a Void Ray be on the way? I'd imagine it will be. X, I don't think EGIdrA has seen any of this. Nope, he does not know about the Stargate. So Void Ray is on the way from EGAxslav. And his Zealot coming forward to the natural third of EGIdrA. He will have to pull every single one of these drones. So pretty cool play from EGIdrA there. Going to be starting to target down. Pretty cool play from Axeltoss, I should say. Going to start targeting down that third hatchery. And these drones pretending like they can repair, but they can't. Zealot going to move to target down some drones here. And EGIdrA going to be returning with some Zerglings to try to take this Zealot out with those. Zealot going to get surrounded. Oh, EGIdrA moving back the wrong Zergling, but will end up taking down that Zealot before it did too much damage. A lot of drones here at the natural third of EGIdrA, a lot at the natural, and a lot at the main. So EGIdrA, really good saturation right now, up to 50 drones on 3 bases, getting a layer as well. Second gas, not his third and fourth quite yet, but looks like EGIdRA's going to be doing some scouting with this Overlord. Could see this Void Ray. In fact, I think it will. Actually, EGIdRA already sees the Void Ray. There's already one out doing damage to his Overlords. Has 0 kills to his name as of right now. A second Overlord or second Void Ray, I should say, on the way. And now my question is, what is EGAxslav going to do with this? Is he going to pressure his opponent's third? Is he going to do some sort of death push? Definitely remains to be seen. Another 7X core being thrown down by EGAxslav, which means he's going to destroy his existing one that's outside of his main. That's exactly what he's doing. 2 more gateways coming down from EGAxslav. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gateways, a Stargate, and a robotics facility. A third Void Ray on the way for EGAxslav. So just going to try to overwhelm EGIdrA with this Air Force. There are 2 Spore Crawlers here from EGIdrA, also 2 Queens, so he should be adequately prepared to deal with these 2 Void Rays. Hydralisk Den going down for EGIdrA as well. Spore Crawler doing some damage. 1 Queen coming forward, going to be microed away, and a Creep Tumor is eliminated. That's a little annoying. For EGIdrA, of course. That's a huge win for EGAxslav. Anytime you can delay that creep spread, it's super good. Especially against a player like EGIdrA, who loves that mobility. But anyway, back in EGIdRA's base, putting down the Hydralisk Den, it is now complete. Also getting a Roach Warren. Still plenty of drones on the field. 64 drones. Void Rays coming forward to the main of EGIdRA. There are 2 Overlords here, but there is 1 Spore Crawler and 1 Queen. Also 1 Hydralisk on the way. Make that 2 Hydralisks on the way. 2 Void Rays going to be targeting down this Overlord behind this. There is an expansion going down for EGAxslav. Has plenty of sentries and a Stalker here. Void Rays end up taking out an Overlord. Going to be ushered away, though, by these 3 Queens. At the same time, EGIdRA coming forward with a lot of Zerglings here. Void Ray trying to do some damage. Not going to do much. But 4 Void Rays on the field for EGAxslav. And he's not stopping with his Void Ray production. At the same time, coming forward is EGIdRA with all these links. Force fields going down. Not the best force fields. Ling's going to advance to the main here, and oh, no Zealot actually stopping this, so EGIdRA going to do a Zergling run by, get advance immediately to the main of EGAxslav, and EGAxslav has to run away with his probes. So definitely a little win there for EGIdRA. EGAxslav fleeing back with these units to try to deal with these Zerglings, and warps in 5 Zealots. That should put an end to this harassment. Not before EGIdRA gets a couple more kills, though. Continuing to harass this mineral line, and EGAxslav coming forward with these Zealots will be enough to clean that up. So, EGAxslav, pretty cool play here. So that's like 5 Void Rays into Expand. Or 3. I thought he made more than 3. Okay, 4. Actually, Units tab. How about that? So 4 Void Rays, and behind that, taking the expansion. But at the same time, EGIdRA making nothing but units here. Has a lot of Hydralisks in that production tab. A bunch of Zerglings coming forward. A lot of Hydralisks on the field as well, and EGIdRA going to be making a creep train with these Overlords. Going to be engaging his opponent right here at his third. EGAxslav backing up with his sentries, coming back, throwing down some force fields, trying to prevent those Hydralisks and Zerglings from coming forward to engage that third. A lot of Zerglings at the natural expansion of EGAxslav coming forward. A lot of Hydralisks here, keep that in mind. EGIdRA making nothing but Hydralisks and Zerglings at this point. Feels like he has the timing here and wants to hit it. No Colossus on the field, keep in mind. Colossi are really good against Hydras. But EGAxslav has none of those. EGIdRA making nothing but Hydras in that production tab. And EGAxslav really needs Colossi at this point. Coming forward, a lot of sentries and zealots and stalkers. EGIdRA engaging with these Hydras. Some decent force fields going down, but how much will it actually matter? EGAxslav pushing back, or at least trying to, but EGIdRA doing a lot of damage. Finally, going to be retreating for now. Keep in mind, nothing but Hydras on that production tab. EGAxslav coming forward, a lot of Void Rays. EGIdRA going to be evacuating with some of these Overlords. Going to re-engage with these Hydralisk force fields, trying to split up EGAxslav's or EGIdRA's army, and that's going to be quite effective. EGIdRA losing a lot of his army here. And EGAxslav looks really strong right now. Has 3 Void Rays, plenty of Stalkers and Sentries. And EGIdrA gonna be forced to evacuate. EGAxslav on 3 mining bases. That's actually a really big deal. Coming forward with a lot of Stalkers, Sentries, and 3 Void Rays. EGIdrA losing track of a couple of Hydralisks there, but coming forward once again. Has a lot of Hydralisks here. 19 Hydras there. EGAxslav gonna be backing up. Keep in mind, he's on 3 bases. 85 Harvesters for EGAxslav. Whoa! To the 65 of EGIdrA. So EGAxslav looking really good in this game. Ahead in supply, actually even in supply. But up in that Harvester count by a lot. Has 3 mining bases to his opponent's 3 mining bases. And EGIdrA coming forward with some more Zerglings. Hydralisk gonna take the Watchtower. Zerglings coming forward, do get into the main, and EGAxslav has to be annoyed a little bit by this. Coming forward, there is a cannon here, but Zerglings targeting down some probes. EGIdrA looking decent with this harassment. EGAxslav may be forced to pull some EGAxslav, I should say. May be forced to pull some units to defend against this. Coming forward, going to target down an Overlord. EGAxslav approaching the middle of the map here. Will he go for a push? Finally putting that Robotics Bay down. Of course, for those Colossi. Very good unit. At least against Hydras, and that's all EGIdrA is basically making. 8 Overlords on the way for EGIdrA. Guardian Shield going down as well for EGAxslav. He has a lot of force fields at his disposal. EGIdrA going to try to engage here, coming forward with all of his Hydralisks. That is so many Hydralisks. They are 0-0. That's could be a problem. EGIdrA is 0-1. Another force field going down. Keep in mind these Hydras are off creep. Can't really retreat at this point. And EGAxslav has a Spirit Concave, it seems, but going to be backing up for now. Does not feel confident enough to engage that. Robotics Bay almost done. No Colossi on the field just yet. Another Guardian Shield going down. EGIdrA coming forward with all of these Hydras. Will it be enough? Oh my gosh, I'm not so sure. EGIdrA trying to come forward with these Hydras, but these Stalkers are doing so much damage. And there are just so many of them. Blinking forward even. Feels that confident. EGIdrA coming forward, continuing to spew nothing but units. He hasn't made a drone in a long time. And EGAxslav looking really good right now. Lots of Stalkers on the field and a Void Ray. And there's the GG from EGIdrA. So EGIdrA went for that 3-base all-in, but unfortunately it did not work for him. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're not done. The series is tied 1-1 in the winners bracket finals of the Verizon SC2 Open.